stumble, they will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders. You believe your son is safe? I will.
Don't act like you don't play action figures after you see an awesome movie. Alright. Welcome to tonight's edition of Comics and Coffee. As you know, I am your host, Jay Wheeler, your comic source for this great valley of, I call Sacramento. Today, or tonight, either way, is going to be mostly about this gentleman right here, because I had a chance to see this movie last night and then had to go to work at 4, horribly exhausted, but I digress. And then I saw it in 3D, so I saw this guy in 3D. That really didn't work, but so yeah, so that's what's going to be, that's what the show is going to be about this evening. I'm so used to saying this afternoon because I do my show in the afternoons. Excuse me, I'm going to grab my glasses. Alright, so if you have not seen the movie yet, trust me, there's not going to be any spoilers in this movie. I'm just going to tell you how overall I thought of this movie, and it's going to be amazing. Plus, there's going to be some new news about the new one, the second one's going on, and a lot of people underestimating this movie coming out in the first place. So, let's get to the movie first, and then the news later. So, yes, I had a chance to see the movie last night at midnight. I did wear my Superman costume. Everyone loved it, by the way. And there were some other guys kind of really didn't, make the effort. They had Superman costumes, yes. Did they buy them? Yes. Were they kind of cool? Yes. One guy just didn't really try. So he tried to mix the Daily Planet reporter with the 10th Doctor, so it didn't really work out very well. And then there were some people wearing Batman clothing thinking they were funny. Anyways, this movie is amazing. Okay, I think they're starting to get it. I think DC is starting to finally get it to where they're not putting the real world in the comic books. They're putting the comic books into the real world, which is, I think, a lot better than the opposite way, because that's what they did with the Avengers, and the Avengers were pretty amazing. So, now, to describe this movie without giving any real spoilers away, that's really hard. All I'm going to say is that it was a better Superman movie than anyone could ever expect. Their action, there was tons, it wasn't like long drawn out scenes. They were, okay, here's Krypton, here's an actual planet, we're not going to just show you how he gets sent off anywhere. Here's Jor-El's father, or, Jor-El, here's Zod, here is the planet, it's going to explode. By the way, there was no title sequence. There was no ship takes off and then you see the da-da-da-da-da-da. No, there was none of that, which made the story just move very smoothly, actually. So that was cool. Second thing, there was a lot of things where he was hiding himself. He wasn't really just being, he wasn't just out in the open being Superman. He was hiding himself. And here's the kicker. You know that whole month where they were talking about how Superman's gonna shave, and is there gonna be a scene where Superman shaves, and blah 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 blah. And I told you all to calm down. Well, I was right, because there was no scene where he had to shave. It was just he is a. First of all, he's Kryptonian, but at the same time, he's also lived. He was born in Krypton, then moved to Earth. So he's kind of more of an Earth person than Krypton. Yes, is he Krypton? Yes, but he has more earthly tones than than Krypton tones. The Krypton tones give him his powers, but he's got that moral human center kind of thing. So don't worry about how he shaves. I'm pretty sure he can take care of that on his own. Okay? So, yes, all in all, this movie is a good start. It's a good start to possibly getting a Justice League movie going. Because this movie was so Superman, it wasn't like, an artsy Superman. It wasn't a philosophical Superman. It wasn't. It was just Superman. He wasn't taking Superman out of the comic books, or he wasn't taking Superman. He wasn't playing any other Superman. He wasn't trying to be like, oh, I'm trying to emulate Christopher Reeves. Oh, I'm trying to emulate. No. Henry Cavill said in an interview that he took the inspiration for his Superman was that he took the Superman out of the comic books. That's how you do that. You take the characters out of the comic books, not the characters from the other movies. Because that's the reason why the other movies didn't do so well. Just gonna say that. So, yes, movie was great, fantastic. I even saw it in 3D. By the way, you don't really need to see it in 3D. You can see it in 2D. I mean, if you want the cool glasses, because it's blue, and then it's got the Man of Steel sign on here. That's probably why I went to go see it in 3D. There's no real, there's, normal 3D effects. There's nothing really huge or big, awesome. May try and go, if you want to do 3D and you want a big excitement out of it, go do the IMAX 3D. That will probably get you more bang for your buck. So, all in all, 3D was cool. Got some cool 3D glasses, but not really worth the $15. So, now, shall we move on to the news? Okay, so, the box office for Man of Steel was set at an opening weekend for a pretty rough estimate of $85 million. So they didn't think, right off the gate, they didn't think this movie was going to go very well. Well, once that movie started playing in other countries and special viewings in America, they were like, whoa, let's rethink this money thing. Because now it's getting closer to 26 to 13 million for opening weekend. So I would say that's a substantial amount of, growth and before the opening weekend itself. So that's another fact that this movie should. Sorry, I'm trying to say that's another fact that you should go see this movie and that it's great. Okay. Secondly, this is funny and kind of funny for me because again, a lot of people were doubting this Superman movie even before we saw it. Rotten Tomatoes, they already had a review ready. They had a review in their mind that they were going to rip this another movie to shreds. But it says right here on where I get my information from, comic book movies, it says that they were moderately surprised and shocked that Man of Steel was a good movie. So, again, there's number 2. This is the second fact that you should go see this movie. And then thirdly, this is the last Man of Steel news here. David S. Gover, that wrote the screenplay, is now talking about the sequel, talking about Lex Luthor being in it, and talking about how they're going to make Clark Kent without being a bumbling Clark Kent, more of a still Clark Kent, but not the sorry Lois kind of Clark Kent, more of a modern age Clark Kent, because we have a modern age Superman now. So I think it would just go along with that. And then one non-related Superman news is Arrow Season 1 hits Blu-ray on September 17th. So go buy that, because Arrow is a pretty awesome show. Just like Smallville was an awesome show. A lot of people loved it. I know a certain person that doesn't. But hey, I spent it on my computer screen. Sorry about that. But yes, that... Oh, by the way, I was at Safeway, getting some stuff for dinner and a little dessert, and I come across Channing Tatum on this is non-related, comic book-ish, but come across Channing Tatum on a Vanity Fair magazine, and the big bold ribbon banner across him saying, "I'm an action star that knows how to act." Okay, number one, I don't think guys go to action movies because they want to see how good the guy acts. Okay, number two, I'm pretty sure you're calling out all the action stars that are in Hollywood right now. Just gonna put that out there. Mr. Tatum or Chad or Tad. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think... I go see action movies besides comic book movies sometimes, and I'm not thinking, you know what, I hope Jake Gyllenhaal is a pretty good actor in this movie, because if he's not, the cars exploding and the hot women and the gunfire, that won't excite me. No. Guys go to action movies to see stuff being blown up, people shooting, fast car driving, and hot women. If it has a great story, yes, by all means, that's going to be amazing. But Expendables, they made a lot of money. Why? Because it was just kind of a straight-up action movie. There was no real acting. There was gunplay, sword fighting, knife fighting, Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's all I gotta say, really. So, yes, that was just a weird... I just thought that was a ballsy move, and that didn't make sense to say that. But anyways, I hope you have a good evening and good rest of the evening, because it is Friday. So drive safe. Don't drink and drive. If you're watching this at a bar, hopefully you're not watching this at a bar, because you should be talking to that girl behind you. But please read more comic books. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the good stuff. Have a good night.